Welcome to another Explainer. I'm thrilled you're here today because we're unpacking something that completely flips the script on how human intelligence gets valued in the digital age. If you've ever thought about the sheer mountain of data powering the AI we use every single day, and more importantly, who's actually cashing the checks for creating that data, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're looking at Codatta. They're tokenizing human intelligence and setting up a system for actual AI royalties. It's a massive, and I mean massive, paradigm shift in the economics of AI training. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. What if you earned royalties for training AI, just like musicians do on Spotify? It's a brilliant analogy, right? It instantly clicks. Think about how streaming works. A musician writes a track, puts it on Spotify, and they don't just get a $5 bill and a pat on the back. No, they earn a fraction of a cent, a royalty, every single time someone hits play. Their creative work keeps generating value over time. Now, take that exact same logic and apply it to artificial intelligence. AI models don't just magically know things. They have to be trained on massive data sets, and human beings are the ones annotating, categorizing, and organizing all that information. But up until now, those humans haven't been treated like musicians. They've been totally left out of the long-term upside. Codatta is basically asking, what if we fix that? And this brilliantly illustrates the core conflict here. Look at the stark contrast in the data economy. Under the current standard model, the old gig economy, one-time fees setup, you, the human expert, do the work. You label an image, fix some code, classify a text, and you get paid one flat sum. Boom, transaction over. Meanwhile, the AI company takes your brainpower, feeds it into their model, and generates compounding profits for years to come. But Codatta is completely shattering that old standard by introducing AI royalties. They're proposing a continuous economic relationship where your human input isn't just a cheap, disposable commodity anymore, it's recognized as a persistent revenue-generating asset. So Codatta have a very direct message for us. Don't just annotate for a one-time fee. I mean, why on earth would you surrender the long-term value of your unique intelligence for a quick payout? Think about what you're actually doing. Every time you accurately annotate data, you are literally teaching a machine how to think, how to see, or how to understand the world. That is incredibly valuable work. The whole one-time feed trap just separates the creator, you, from the huge downstream value of the data you produce. Codatta is saying it's time to rethink our worth here. It's about shifting away from just doing short-term tasks and moving toward long-term asset creation.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how Codatta actually pulls this off technically. They transform your expertise into tradable on-chain assets. And yeah, this is where Web3 steps into the picture. By minting your specific data annotations onto the blockchain, your work becomes verifiable, it's secure. It's no longer just some completed chore buried in a massive corporate database. It is a piece of digital property. The blockchain is basically an immutable ledger, right? And through smart contracts, it automatically tracks who owns what data and exactly how often an AI model uses it. Completely trustless. This means there's a permanent, transparent record connecting you directly to your contributions. It takes human intelligence and puts it into a format that the modern digital economy can actually measure and, more importantly, continuously reward.
Let's move on and see how this builds into what Codatta calls the knowledge exchange. The whole process is actually remarkably straightforward. Step 1, you annotate. You build the dataset. This is where your human expertise really goes to work. Step 2, the platform handles all that technological magic we just talked about, turning your expertise into tradable on-chain assets. Your work is literally minted into something you can hold and control. And then step 3, the whole point of this, you own the revenue share. Because your work is now a verifiable asset in the knowledge exchange, whenever that dataset gets used by an AI model, the system tracks the smart contracts and automatically routes the royalties right back to you, the original creator. It's just this beautiful, seamless loop from human effort straight to continuous reward. So the crucial point is this. Codatta's entire philosophy boils down to one simple idea. You build the dataset, you own the revenue share. This isn't just some neat technical feature. It is a fundamental shift in digital property rights. It's incredibly empowering. It directly aligns the incentives of everyday human workers with the success of the massive AI models they're helping build. If you're out there doing the heavy lifting, organizing the world's information so machines can actually make sense of it, you absolutely deserve a seat at the table when that intelligence gets monetized. This one idea completely redefines the power dynamic between giant tech platforms and individual contributors.
Which brings us to a final provocative thought for this explainer. Are you ready to own your share of the knowledge exchange? Look, as AI keeps integrating into literally every single facet of our lives, the demand for high-quality, human-annotated data, it's going to absolutely skyrocket. There's no question whether human intelligence will still be needed. It will be.
The real question is how it's going to be compensated. Codatta is showing us a really compelling vision where human experts aren't just temporary labor, they are actual stakeholders. By tokenizing human intelligence into tradable on-chain assets, they're opening the door to a totally new kind of digital economy, one that's built on continuous royalties and true ownership. It's a fascinating evolution of the internet, and for sure, a space we all need to be watching closely. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep questioning how your data is being valued out there.